hello. It's October. Welcome.
Yay! Let's go spooky month.
Um,
Yes. Got our
yes.
spooky friends
Are we
here joining.
I feel obligated to ask if we're here.
Are
Only
we
because
here?
I'm mostly uncertain
Oh.
most of the time. um, please
No,
let us
valid.
know if we're here. Hello, welcome. Say hi
Let us know
in
if
chat if you're
Stranger
here.
Things chaos.
Yeah, it's just some stream chaos. You're right. Um, and classic Claire and McKaylee tech questions. Yeah, thank you. Welcome, spooky friends.
Yes. This is Biscuit
Yes.
Bojangles. He is not mine. He's my roommate's. And that's all. He's wearing a beaded necklace. I don't know if you can see it on stream, but
His nose is like right on top of a pumpkin stem, and it's great. That's better. You
so,
got it.
whatever. I just hold him the whole stream.
I mean, you could.
How's that?
Oh, it's
Can't
great.
put him
No,
down.
no, no, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good. He doesn't have a name. I just refer to him as this guy. It's the little guy. Just
He's
the
a good
cutest
little
little guy. I've had him for 4 or 5 years. He's just the cutest little guy. Look, he's ready to trick or treat.
That's very good.
And our in our starting soon page, it's a little pumpkin, or not pumpkin. It's our potato in a ghost costume.
Yes. mm.
Yes, Kirby, absolutely.
It's very good.
It's very good. It's very good. Um, yes, we are.
Wait.
We are
I
here.
don't know. I feel so chaos.
Me too. I feel a little chaos too. So this normally let's start at the beginning. How about that? Is that good for chaos? Is that helpful for chaos to start it? Okay.
Yeah.
So
Find order.
welcome.
We gotta find
order. Yes. Welcome to anddragons. It's our streamcast. Where we normally, what do we normally do, McKaylee?
Normally, we roll randomly and build on these fun little tables called the Great Character Table, and build level 3 Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition characters. But
however,
Claire,
it's October and it's spoopy season, and hence all of the changes you might have noticed, the pumpkins and the little guys, the friends and stuff.
Biscuits Bojangles.
We thought we would do something a little different this month, because we just wanted to. We're just here to have a good time, right?
Yes. Yeah, so this month, starting off today, the first Tuesday of October, we're gonna be building. That's my drum roll. Monster of the Week characters.
Wow!
But not only that, Claire, what are we doing with those Monster of the Week characters?
Well, so we thought it would be fun. Hold on, I just saw some skipped frames. Are the frames skipping?
Just a little bit. It looks good though.
Me not knowing what to do in this moment.
It looks.
If it gets real bad, let me know. I swear to God, one day. That's the expectation at this point.
Yes.
But yeah, we build
chaos,
characters all the time. We have tech problems all the time. We build characters all the time. We're chaotic all the time. We go on tangents all the time. But something we don't do all the time is play the characters we build in a game, which we did last week, which was super fun. But it's only so much fun with just the two of us, so we thought that we'd grab some more people, and we're gonna build 3 Monster of the Week characters, and and then we're gonna play them in a spooky one shot at the end of the month. So uh, this
Yay!
this first week we're building the character that I'm gonna play, and we're still gonna roll everything. It's still gonna be random. We might have a couple more like parameters. Just
a little bit.
well, like maybe like one,
Yeah, that's
maybe
it.
like one, but we're still gonna walk through the character creation build for Monster of the Week, which, if you aren't aware, is it's a different tabletop RPG that uses a different dice system. It's by Evil Hat Productions and uses the Powered by the Apocalypse system, which is you only need 2d6 to play the whole game.
That's it.
Pretty.
You don't need the whole set, though.
Yeah,
you
don't
can
really.
have it.
Yeah,
You
Yeah,
will
you
buy
can-
it still.
you will certainly buy it. Absolutely. But yeah, so that's what we're doing today. We're building the character that I'm gonna play. So
Yes.
and McKaylee, why don't you tell us a little bit more about Monster of the Week, because it's a lot different. It's a lot different than Dungeons and Dragons.
yes.
It's you know,
Very different.
Dungeons and Dragons is like classically Renaissance medieval vibes, fantasy in that way, and Monster of the Week has some other inspirations.
Yes. Yeah, which is really fun. It like you can find the whole book's PDF online. It's super awesome. Or you can buy the book yourself, which is also super cool. It's got some cool art in it. But what'd you do?
My elbow might have knocked over all my dice.
Nice.
I'm not sure
Nice.
if any of them went in the trash, because I have a little trash.
Goddamn, Claire. Goddamn.
I really hope I
Those
don't
poor
have any
dice.
more trash dice. Oh no. I love them so much. You continue. I'm gonna clean this up.
All right.
I
Anyway.
just made a mistake. I'm sorry.
You're good. You're good. It happens to the best of us. Monster of the Week is a super cool system. I love it so fucking much. Me and Claire have been in a campaign together for like a year now. I didn't even notice. Kirby said the little ting from the trash can was comical. I didn't even hear that. I love it. Goddamn,
I heard
Claire.
it.
Goddamn. I'm sure
I'm
you did.
sorry.
You fucking dropped them all. Jesus.
I'm
Okay, but
sorry.
anyway, Monster of the Week. Monster of the Week. It's based off of Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Supernatural, very heavily on those two, but also other systems like that, or other shows like that, and like comics and stuff. It's a like modern day setting typically, with like you're a monster hunter. You live in a world where monsters exist. Whether people know it or not depends on what the group wants to do. But monsters exist in the world. You guys hunt monsters, and we're gonna build like what kind of monster hunter you are. So it's kind of funny because like all of these, your class for Dungeons and Dragons is what's called a class in Dungeons and Dragons is called a playbook in Monster of the Week. Your playbook, you can like kind of as you're reading it, pick out like themes that were taken from other like kind of shows like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. You can be like, oh, this playbook was based off of this character, like that kind of thing, which is really fun if you're a big Buffy fan like me and Claire. But it's also like, you know, like Scooby-Doo, like that kind of stuff. It's a good time. It's really fucking fun. We've built some really fun characters in the past that I've enjoyed. I don't think we've talked a little bit about them on stream, not super much, but like, yeah, it's just a really fun system. I love it. I mean, magic can be however like important or not as you want in the game. There's a lot of like And then you can have like like whatever kind of monster you want. There's like, I mean, all kinds of just chaos. It's a very like fluid system that is what you want it to be, more so than like the heavily like what is it? The mechanical parts from Dungeons and Dragons. Yes, Claire.
I have an update.
You want to say something? Okay.
I was really scared because I thought I had accumulated a lot of dice that went into the trash can. However, they are all here. They're not trash dice.
Nice.
They're not trash dice. Which
I'm proud of
God,
you.
they wouldn't be trash dice even if they fell in the trash can, let's be honest, because that will hurt their feelings, and I don't want to give them some sort of emotional guilt as dice, you know.
Well, Marshall already hashtag trash dice, so you know it's too late.
There's nothing I can do about this.
You know,
I don't know what to do. Oh my goodness. If frames are still dropping, let me know, because I mean, I don't know what I can do about that, but I got a notification again.
I mean, from what I can tell, it looks like it's like a little wonky, but it's not terrible. We're doing okay in terms, not the worst.
Perfect.
This is not the worst stream we've had.
Perfect. I totally was so intently focused on looking for my dice. I didn't process anything that you said, but I trust that you said some stuff that was cool about Monster of the Week.
I hope it was cool. I definitely said stuff. I hope it was fun and people enjoyed me saying it.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah,
of course. Absolutely.
Sure.
Without a doubt. Yeah. Did you do disclaimers?
Not at all. That's your job. I don't know how I tried to do disclaimers that one day that I streamed by myself, and I was terrified. Chaos. Wait. You go ahead.
Hold on.
No, you're on the side of me.
I just want to show off my earrings. They're really cute. Look at them. They're little skeletons.
Nice. Very good. I didn't have any jewelry or like Halloween stuff, so I made my own.
They're so long too. Clinkety clankin'. Right. Disclaimers.
Go for it.
So, first off, we don't know if we need these or not. We just do them because it feels official and it feels appropriate. So, yes. Here we are. We are not affiliated with Evil Hat Productions. We will be using I
was so confused. I was like, wait, I thought it was Wizards of the Coast. What are you doing?
We're not making a D&D character today, McKaylee. Where have you been?
I don't know.
You've been explaining Monster of the Week.
I'm just so used to use the way you say it normally, and I was confused. Go ahead, continue.
But I do highly recommend getting the stuff to play Monster of the Week because it's so fun. We do have we are using some of the playbooks to explain stuff because there's so much information. We don't want to skimp on it. But we're not affiliated. We just love this game. It's very cool. Mm-hmm. You know, regular possible sad backstories. It's a possibility. Might happen. And despite
less so in Monster of the Week, we've had in our personal stories that we've played, we've had less tragic backstories because
my Monster of the Week character that we've played for so long, I didn't write any sadness in her backstory. Our keeper, which is the DM for Monster of the Week, decided to throw some in, but I didn't write any of that in there.
There was that's true. That's a good time.
Yeah, but it might warning more real feeling sad backstory approaching possibly. And then despite how cute we look and how cute our whole deal is, we do curse and we are adults, so
yes. Fuck. Don't bring your kids here, buds, I guess.
do
Um,
whatever you want.
yeah,
But just know that
yeah.
we are people who say things because we can and we want to, and we feel like it sometimes.
Lit.
Oh, also, we haven't really said this one a lot, but feel free to chat in the chat. Um,
Yeah.
we love to hang out with y'all. And
Yeah.
if you have any like thoughts about what we're doing, like the character that we're building, or any ideas and stuff, you can throw them in chat. If
Say
you just want to
them.
say something cool and fun and nice, you could do that
I do.
too.
I do have a question for chat because I'm just curious. I know we don't know how to make polls or anything, but like I am curious like how many people like have played Monster of the Week before or like know of Monster of the Week. So if y'all want to like share your experience, I know we're on a super delay, so I'm gonna try and talk for a minute while it catches up. I'm just personally
I'll
really curious who's played this one because I know we normally do Dungeons and Dragons, and so a lot of people who hang out
yeah
with us or know about Dungeons and Dragons. But I'm curious
yeah.
who among y'all have knowledge of Monster of the Week and like I don't know if you guys want to share like your playbooks, your favorite playbooks and stuff.
Oh, we're there are a lot of um there's a lot of playbooks. We are only using the like original
Yeah.
playbooks. They're like we're not using the Tome of Mysteries, which is like an extended uh, book that has extra and also very cool playbooks. Um,
Mm-hmm.
we're just sticking with the standard, whatever the standard is.
Standard.
It's like
It's 12. There's
12.
12 different playbooks. We're gonna be rolling for that, and that
Oh,
literally is just what your character is, which is fun.
also something that we're doing is once that playbook is rolled for a person, it's knocked out to be used for the next person.
Yes. Yeah, so we're not gonna build a party that is all three of us as the same thing, which I don't know we kind of alluded to, but there's gonna be a third person playing a character.
Mhm.
So she's gonna come join us next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna join us next week. Wonderful, great. Love her. So each of us are gonna have a different playbook. So we're not all gonna be one playbook.
Yeah. Do you wanna get rolling, McKaylee? I know we normally transition, but we're doing things a little bit in reverse today um
Yeah,
because of how it's going today. I don't know.
that's true. That's true. That's true. Yeah, we can do a. So let's just go ahead, Claire. You're today. We said this,
Mhm.
but I'm gonna repeat it. Today we are building a character for Claire to play. So Claire is going to be leading a lot of the like backstory stuff and that kind of thing. I'm just mostly gonna be here to like tell her what it is that she's rolling for and to ask leading questions when we build her backstory. But this is Claire's stream today.
Asking
Claire's
me leading
character.
questions?
Yeah, leading questions about your character. I'm try and get the ball rolling on like what you're,
Oh, okay.
on what you want to be,
Yeah, yeah,
get you some ideas started in that brain. Though I know you're really good at that, so I probably won't have a lot of work except just being here and being like, that sounds fucking amazing. So,
I will probably
um,
ask your opinion on many things, and you chat as well because, of course.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Cool. Yeah, why don't you roll a quick D12?
Oh no, is this? I'm
Um,
right already.
all
Oh
right, yeah,
heck.
roll a D12 and we'll figure out what your playbook
Oh
is, and then
heck.
we'll do a fun transition.
Because we're
Um,
just people.
yeah.
We're just people. Oh my god. Oh jeez.
Oh,
Alright.
geez.
Oh heck. Look at this. It's so cute. I'm stalling. It's fine. Okay. 6.
All right, a 6 is the initiate. What? This is the playbook.
Okay.
So the different playbooks that we have are the chosen, the crooked, the divine, the expert, the flake, the initiate. the monstrous, the mundane, the professional, and the spell slinger, the spooky, and the wrong. And so today Claire is going to build an initiate.
All
And
right.
you know what we're gonna do during this transition? It's gonna be really fun, Claire. You are gonna read a story or tell us a story.
Oh my gosh.
So we're
Okay. Okay. All right, friends. Get ready for the coolest transition ever
amazing.
question mark because it's going to be a spooky maybe it might be a spooky story, it might just be a story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't we're just it's going to be so spooky. I hope you're ready for it. All right, ready, McKaylee?
I am. Are you?
Nope. Let's go. Da-na-na, ba-na-na, ba-na. Gotta lead the spooky story up with some music. Do-do-do, do-do-do. Okay. So, on a stormy night, on a very stormy night, it was so dark and stormy. Can you believe it was so very dark and stormy? I cannot believe how dark and stormy it was on this stormy night. There was a person, and they were a little afraid of the dark and stormy night. And it was outstanding how dark and stormy it was. Wouldn't you say so, McKaylee? Wow. You'll have to wait for the next transition for the rest of that story. Yeah, it was dark and stormy. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Mm-mm. Yeah, so get ready for the rest of that dark and starry night story in the next transition. Yeah. I realized I cannot I is McKaylee's mic muted? Oh no. Oh no. Is McKaylee's mic gone? Oh no. Um I just realized I forgot to add your mic to this page. Okay. You absolutely can't. You're absolutely right. Just give me a second. Oh my gosh. I feel I don't know, can I? Is it one-sided? Can you hear McKaylee now?
Can they hear me? Am I being heard? Is it on there? I don't know.
Oh no, listen, I have to tell you, the transition, McKaylee was talking in the transition, but you couldn't hear her.
For a good half a minute, too.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh my god. You guys, listen.
That's not a great
We've
story.
never claimed to be good at anything except for stories. That's it. Nothing else. Oh my god, we swapped.
Hey guys.
Oh my god. All right.
dark and it was really stormy. That's the
Yeah.
story. He was really
Yeah.
scared of it. The girl in the story was terrified. That was
Yeah,
my
it was
my contribution.
McKaylee's contribution was that it was, you know, scary. It was scary, dark and stormy
Yeah.
and scary.
I was
And
also
that's
telling
it.
about a conspiracy theory that my coworker told me, but doesn't need to be told. See, the transition didn't make sense because I was talking for that whole period when there was no sound because y'all.
Oh my gosh. Listen.
I thought I was pretty funny too. You know?
You're right.
You know?
You're right. It is hell. That's what it is. Are we the I don't know if we are, but
I told a story. Claire and Bojangles heard me, so you know.
And this guy. This little guy.
Yeah, that guy.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna implode. I can feel it on my face.
Also, though, my roommate just got Hades, and they're very excited about it.
Amazing.
Totally
this looks totally different. This page that we're on that we haven't referenced at all. We're chilling. It's okay. So it's the month of monsters if you didn't know. Yeah, this is what it looks like in the book. And it's also online. Yeah.
I was talking the whole time.
Would you like the rest of the story now? No, I'm gonna wait for the next transition.
Yeah, you gotta wait for the next one. Oh, but then they didn't hear my explanation because my mic. I had an explanation too.
Oh my god! Would you like to know why you heard the dark and stormy nights beginning story?
And why?
Tell them, McKaylee.
So neither of us have premium Zoom, and I am no longer a student, so I wasn't able to use my student account anymore. It expired like last week. So we now have the 40-minute time limit on meetings. So there's gonna be a couple every 40 minutes, maybe another fun addition to the dark and stormy night. But you know what?
That's why you're gonna get it.
Fun. You know you're gonna get it. It's just it's a fun spooky month thing. Maybe. Hopefully.
It's so fun. Are you kidding me?
We'll figure something out eventually.
Oh no.
Yeah.
My brain realized I couldn't talk and get the thing ready. We will prevail one day.
We'll make it. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're totally
doing it. We're totally doing it. Let's actually
do it. Playing now.
Yeah, the character that I'm playing.
So, Claire, right. I would like, if you may, could you read your little blurb at the top about what your character playbook is?
So all of the Monster of the Week playbooks, as they're called, I think you explained that a bit earlier, McKaylee. They all look kind of like this. They all resemble this sort of framework. So it gives us a little blurb about the initiate, which it says, since the dawn of history, we have been the, oh no, a word I'm familiar with, the bulwark. Wow, we've already stumbled. It's okay.
No, you got it. You're doing great.
Since the dawn of history, we have been the bulwark against darkness, capital D. We know the evils, with a capital E, of the world, and we stand against them so that the mass of humanity need not fear. We are the flame, capital F, that cleanses the shadows, capital S.
Nice.
I got distracted by saying
from my understanding. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. No, you go ahead.
I would say the initiate is like you're basically like the little kid who you're fucking Will Smith in Oh, what's it called? What's it called? Men in Black. You're him. You're the new guy joining in a group of monster hunters. Although it's monsters instead of aliens, you know. Um, you're the new kid in like a group. It can be that kind of vibe where it's like government official thing, or it can be like a more like cult kind of sect or like a
Yeah.
like magic
And
group. It's whatever your take of it is on it, but you're the initiate. You're the new kid.
some other initiate examples, if we're thinking about Buffy, which we mentioned is like it's an inspiration for the game, right? Um,
Yeah, Buffy's a huge inspiration for the game.
yeah, you would be Riley, right?
Mm.
Um,
Yeah, which makes sense
yeah,
to us.
Will Smith.
To someone else. Hopefully, someone else got the Riley reference, but you know,
Yeah, it's from Buffy.
you know,
Which, if you haven't watched Buffy,
Buffy the Vampire.
I do recommend it. It is good. It is a good show.
Very fucking good. Yeah.
But yeah, so with Monster of the Week, the mechanics of the game, instead of having the 6 ability scores that then divide out into the what is it, 18 skills or so?
Yeah, something like that. I think.
It's about that amount. You just have these 5, and they branch a little bit, but they only branch into like 2 things max. So we're not gonna pick this just yet, but the mechanics that we add to dice rolls is gonna be charm, cool, sharp, tough, and weird. And you don't roll for them like you do in D&D. You pick from a couple different like number lineups based on the playbook.
Yeah. Yeah. Because some playbooks, like, they want you to be, like, you need to be really good in a specific area, so they kind of set it up so, like, you know, you can only pick one that'll give you that. Yeah. Um, it's a fun time.
It is a fun time.
Yeah. So the first thing we're gonna roll for, just to
Mm-hmm.
keep the ball rolling, is our moves. So your moves, it varies from like playbook to playbook. On the initiate, I'm trying to think of how to explain this. This is a whole new system. For everyone, you have the basic moves. The basic moves are kick some ass, which is like you're gonna fight somebody. Use tough for that. Act under pressure, which is exactly what it sounds like. You roll cool for that. Help out when you like help somebody out. Also cool. Investigate a mystery. You use sharp. That's when you're like, you're looking for something. You're like tracking clues and stuff like that. You're able to like ask questions and stuff. Manipulate someone is also just what it sounds like. You're trying to convince someone of something or like get them to do something for you. You use charm for that. Protect someone. You do that. You protect someone. You use tough for that. Read a bad situation is like if you're in a dangerous area and you're trying to like look for an exit or like trying to see if there's like other monsters coming to attack you. Anything like that. Yeah, it's read a bad situation, which is plus sharp. Use magic, which it's a very fluid. The way magic works in Monster of the Week is very fluid and very like whatever you want it to be. You kind of just describe the kind of magic you want to do, and there's different effects that like you're trying to put it in what you're specifically trying to do. You put it into an effect box, basically. Say, can I do this? Then you roll using weird for magic. Big magic is a whole nother thing. And then and that's all. Those are all the moves though. And then
those are the basic moves.
Yeah, those are the basic moves. And then when you go to your playbook, some of them, like the initiate, will give you moves already. Which yours? Do you want to read what your move is?
Sure. So, the move that it gives me, which you get 4 total initiate moves, which is not the same in all of the playbooks. Some playbooks get only 2. Some get 3. Generally, not generally. Sometimes it'll give you one that you have, and then you pick the other ones. But the one that you get just automatically as the initiate is if you are when you're in good standing with your sect at the beginning of each mystery, which that can either be like a session. So each time you play, if you're solving a new mystery each game, then it's at the beginning of each session. But if your mysteries are like a couple sessions long, then you might roll this every once in a while.
Which a way to think of a mystery is like an episode of Scooby-Doo is a mystery.
Yes.
Like you have your mystery that you're looking for, like, oh, somebody's stealing from Mr. Smith down the road, and then the end of it is when you capture the monster and figure out the whole thing.
Who done it?
Go home happy. So that can it can last one session or like 3.
Right. So you would roll plus charm at the beginning of each mystery. So all of these will tell you, it's basically like 10 plus is a super success, like you get all the things. So you get something useful that will help you in this mystery. If you get a 7 to 9, it's like a mixed success. So you'll get a mission associated with the mystery, and if you do it, you get info or help. And then if you miss, so if you roll a 6 or below, you will mark experience, which is on the bottom left of the sheet. But for this move specifically, they'll ask you to do something bad. And if you don't do it, or if you fail, you're in trouble with your sect until you atone. So.
Oof. Which, rolling. Oh, go ahead.
There's for the initiate, with a lot, and for a lot of them too, a lot of the playbooks, there's like the man, sort of like the person in power that dictates what you do a little bit, and they're definitely different flavors of it. But there's in a lot of these playbooks, there's somebody that you look to that's not one of the players.
Yeah. With the rolling though, again, that's like 2d6 plus whatever the number is that you're adding, and that'll go for like literally everything and anything. Is you just roll 2d6 and you add whatever number, or subtract sometimes. Yeah, and so your success will range from 7 to 12 or higher. But 7 to 9 is mixed success. 10 plus is like very successful. 6 and below is when you mark experience. And marking experience is once you fill out all 5 of those boxes in the bottom left-hand corner. Once you fill all of those out, then you level up. So experience is how you level up in the game, which is fun. So you want to fail sometimes.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It is fun. And then also, I guess if we're kind of sparsely explaining things as we go, if you fail a roll and you are like, you know what, I really needed to succeed on this roll, you can use something called luck, which is right below the weird on the left here. So you can mark a luck to make the roll a 12. Or you can use it to avoid all harm, all like of whatever. And you have, let's see, 7 of those. Is that right? That's right.
7. I think so.
And once you use all 7, all the bets are off.
But you have a special move as the initiate.
I do. As initiate, I when I use a point of luck, something goes wrong for my sect, an ill-advised project, or a disastrous operation.
Which your DM or your keeper in this game, they'll decide like how that happens and what that's gonna look like. This probably won't come into play when we play at the end of the month. Yeah. Unless you're just gonna go crazy and right off the bat use a point of luck.
You know,
Um,
it's a one
yeah,
shot.
because
Who knows?
most people try not to like you use luck in very special occasions. Um,
Yeah.
it's not something you just do willy nilly. It's like I need this to succeed right now, so I'm going to
Yeah.
risk fucking everything up for
I do
myself.
really like this part about Monster of the Week because it's there's a lot of stuff like this for each, not every single playbook, but for most of them there's
Yeah.
like a unique thing, and it's cool because it helps the keeper kind of maybe has like a suggestion for a stake to include in the story, um,
Mm-hmm.
or like something to like a parameter to fall into, which is very cool. And
Yeah.
the stuff that when you're building a mystery, there's a lot of really cool mechanics as a keeper that Monster of the
Mm-hmm.
Week walks you through to help you figure out how to set up the mystery.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fun. It's a good time. I'm so excited. I haven't built any of this specific playbook, so this is kind of
Me
fun.
neither. I've never built this
Yeah.
playbook. I'm excited. So let's get into it then. I have that
Okay.
one move where I can
Yes. And
roll
then you have
and get some information from my sect, and then I have three more. So what do I
yes.
roll,
So
McKaylee?
you're gonna roll 3d8s. There are 8 options for you to pick from. If you roll the same of any of the dice, roll again. Yeah, you're gonna get 3 moves. We'll go through them one at a time, but you can just roll all 3 right now.
Okie dokie. I got a 5.
Kirby's saying Shadowrun has edge that you can burn to do a set variety of things. Example, reroll an important roll, add static number to a certain skill check or something. That is a really cool mechanic. I
That
like
is
that.
cool.
Yeah, I think that's
I
like super similar to how the luck works, I guess. Yeah. That's
I really do love D&D, but there are so many cool TTRPGs that exist,
yeah.
and these are perfect examples of that.
Yeah.
I will say
There's a lot
it
more
was
fluidity in these kind of games.
yeah, and I mean to be fair, D&D is more like mainstream of TTRPGs. Like I had heard a lot about it. There's a lot of places to see and learn about it, and maybe
Mhm.
less with some other TTRPGs. But
Yeah.
if you like any other TTRPG, you can definitely rope your friends into trying it, because that's what happened with us. Like one of our friends was like,
Yeah.
I would like to be the keeper for Monster of the Week, and we were like, okay,
Fuck
cool.
yeah. And now here we are. We're finishing up a year-long campaign.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. It's very
Eventually.
good. And they're also like different styles, like totally different.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
almost I almost love Monster of the Week a little more, I think. Sometimes.
I know.
Sometimes.
There's pluses and minuses.
It's like equal for the most part. Like I don't have any
Yeah.
favorite children per se, but this one does a really good job in school, you know?
Oh, it was a metaphor. I was like, children? What children do you have in any of your games? Like, you have none of yours are, huh? Is luck able to be gained back? Because edge is a non-refundable resource.
So normally no. There are some playbooks where you can gain like one luck point back.
Yeah.
I don't
But it's like
know if this
special
is one.
circumstances.
Yeah, so the way that leveling up works in Monster of the Week is it's not I'm level 5 or I'm level whatever. It's every time you level up, you get to in you gain something. So maybe you gain like +1 to one of your stats, or you gain another move, or if you level up a certain amount of times, you can get advanced moves, and that's normally where you would maybe be able to regain a luck point, but generally you're not able to regain them for most of the playbooks.
Yeah, so it sounds like it's a similar thing to Edge. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
It's a valuable resource that
It
like is
is.
it can be really worth it, but you gotta hold on to it.
Yes.
Yeah. Because also, so on the luck counter, like where you mark off your luck, on the one end, if you have like 0 luck, you're okay. The more luck points you spend, it starts moving you closer and closer to being doomed. And the keeper will kind of determine what being doomed means in your situation and like how that'll affect you. But it's not a good thing to be doomed. You're pretty much gonna
You know,
just
we don't love it.
suck.
It's not the greatest.
Yeah. Nah. Nah. Yeah, so once you spend all your luck points, you're doomed. You're out of luck.
Doomed.
Everything
Bum, bum, bum,
sucks.
bum.
You're gonna die.
Tragedy.
All right, but you said you rolled a 5, right?
Yes.
So 5 is gonna be mentor. That's the one up on the top right. You have a mentor in the sect. Name them. When you contact your mentor for info, roll plus sharp. On a 10 plus, you get an answer to your question, no problem. On a 7 to 9, you choose. They're either busy and can't help, or they answer the question, but you owe them a favor. On a miss, your question causes trouble.
Okay.
I
You
like that.
name them. Can I can I roll on the
Sure.
letter table because
Why we have it.
naming a whole person, gosh, I'd love some help from chat.
All right. Do you want to roll to see what their pronouns are first,
Oh
so we
yeah,
can?
let's do that.
Yeah. And this can be like any age of person. They're just like an expert person in the sect. She, her. You have
All
a
right.
female mentor. And then you can roll a D100. Once you've got that on there.
A D100.
Yes.
All right. 98.
A 98. Roll again. This is the same.
I am
What did you
so
expect?
I'm so I don't even know. I rolled a 4. Listen,
You.
I rolled a 4 on a D100.
Nice. Damn.
Yep.
It's gonna be an A.
That makes sense.
Yes.
All right, chat, please suggest A names for a mentor. A mentor.
Yes. A
person.
female mentor lady.
A whole mentor person lady.
Yes. She's gonna be your contact in the sect.
My contact. All right.
Contact. Nice.
Yeah. Sweet.
That's kind of fun.
That is fun.
I like that one.
Oh shoot.
All right. Do you want to roll again? What?
I had already rolled all of them, but I don't remember what I rolled.
Oh no. Okay, just roll again. Just roll again. You get to roll more now.
I kind of knocked them out with my D100.
Yeah.
I just threw them really intensely.
Oof.
3.
A 3 is fortunes. So that one's going to be in the middle right there. The sect has ancient prophecies or divination techniques to predict the future. Once per mystery, you may use them. If you look at what the future holds, roll plus weird. On a 10 plus, hold 3, and on a 7 to 9, hold 1. On a miss, you gain bad information, and the keeper decides how that affects you. Spend your hold 2, and then it has options. Have a useful object ready. Be somewhere you are needed just in time. Take +1 forward or give +1 forward to another hunter. Or retroactively warn someone about an attack so that it doesn't happen. So let me explain, because this is a lot of mechanical stuff that was just
Tell me
that is put into this
explain
mood.
it to us.
So holds are what happens. You get those for like basic moves too. If you investigate a mystery, and you roll well, it'll say you get to either hold 1 or 2, and those are basically like the number of questions you can ask for that move. For this move, your holds, you get to spend them for like each of these things. So you'll roll to see the future, and say you see that, like, oh, this monster is going to attack the bakery at 7 p.m.
Mhm.
You will spend your hold. If you rolled an 8, you get one hold. So you can pick out of these four options which one you want to do. So for that situation, possibly you might want to be somewhere you are needed just in time. So you spend your hold to do that. So you're like right in front of the bakery at 6:40 p.m., able to stop the monster from destroying the bakery. Um, the other option, though, that is mechanical. So that's how holds work. The
Mhm.
+1 forward is fun. I like that one a lot
I
because you
like
can do
plus
it
one
with a bunch of
forward.
different moves. +1 forward is um the monster of the week version of giving advantage, basically. I'd say it's you if you have a +1. I mean, it's kind of if you have
Yeah.
a +1 forward, that means that on the next roll you make, you can choose, right? Um, you can choose to add a +1 to your roll.
Yes. Yeah.
Um,
The next time you make
yeah,
a roll. Yeah.
yeah. So if you had a +2 to your cool, and you're rolling to help somebody out, and you have that +1 forward, you can add it to that roll so that instead of your adding +2 to your 2d6, you're adding a +3. And that'll just give you, like, it won't make you succeed, but it'll give you just a little bit more of an advantage in,
Right.
like, the ability to succeed.
Yeah.
Um, so that's fun. And yeah, so you can either take it for yourself, or um, you
Give it to
can
someone
give
else.
it to someone else. Yeah,
Yeah.
both are super fun options. Um,
Absolutely.
but that's a super cool one because I think you can decide a lot of flavor with that. With what
Yeah.
like, it sounds like it's you get to determine how your sect sees the future. So that's kind of fun. I
Do
love
we
that.
wanna do we wanna pick from these wonderful names that Marshall has suggested?
I mean, what's calling out to you of these names? This is
Okay.
your
Okay. Okay.
mentor. You can keep holds. It depends on the move. Some moves will say that you need to spend the hold when, like, right now. Some will say, like, specifically, like with investigative mystery. I think it says, like, you have hold 3, keep them, like, spend them when you need them, when you want to, throughout the mystery. But once I think the mystery's over, you lose all your holds, so they don't
Yeah,
carry
and
over.
I think also sometimes it's depending on like the actual thing that you're doing. Like
Yeah.
if you're investigating a mystery in somebody's house and you leave the house,
Yeah,
the keeper might be
where
like, "Yeah, you should ask the last one
ask the questions
before
before you leave,
you
so that I can
leave."
tell you. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because they try and flavor it so that it's not just, like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But you can, like, if you ask, oh, if it's, I guess, um have a useful object ready, they'll, like, flavor it, like, oh, on your way out of the room you spot this thing or whatever, and you're like, that's exactly what I need. Like, they'll try and make it, I don't know, ingrained into the story so they're not just handing you things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um do you think okay, I'm wondering could we roll um on either our potato or our spooky potato for my mentor?
Sure, if you want to.
Can we
So I
can we
should
give
say,
her just maybe like one thing?
yeah, yeah. I do want to say we made a new potato for this month called the spooky potato, and we're gonna roll
Spooky
on it later.
potato.
Um, I'd say it's completely up to you. Do you want to roll a spooky character, like, trait, or do you want to roll a, like, regular trait? This is your mentor.
My mentor. My mentor. um,
He's my mentor.
it's just me forgetting what I want to maybe roll on the spooky potato. Huh.
Let's do it. Let me pull that up real quick. All right. Roll a d20.
All right.
We'll see
And if you
what we
don't
got.
know, our potato is personalized and obscure traits about tenacious onions, which is,
Yes.
I mean, you'll see. I guess you'll see. 17.
It's yeah, it just gives us some fun little character traits to work with. Oh, I love this. Okay, I wrote this one today.
Okay.
Um, to preface this, I would like to say I've been watching a lot of horror movies, old-timey
Okay.
horror movies with my
Great.
roommates, and that's where this one came from. So the trait for this is they survived a crazy murder spree. Camp Crystal Lake or something of the sort. So I
Survived
was
a
thinking
murder
it
spree.
like Halloween or Friday the 13th, because those people that they get attacked by Jason or by like whoever, Michael Myers. They grow up and they live on their lives. This person just at one point in their life happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, and everyone around them died from some crazy psycho killer. Maybe even like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I haven't seen that one yet.
Great.
Like,
I'm excited to expand on this when we get through more of the build here. Um,
yes.
let Marshall, let's look at this move one more time. Just I was not as paying much attention, but generally for this, if you were gonna use this specific move,
Mm.
um, let's see. So we get a prophecy or use divination to determine something.
Mm.
Um, and we get so that the essence of this move is that we get a prophecy, or we get like we see the future, sort of. We kind of know what we need. So in this situation, the keeper would possibly say like, "Oh, um, maybe it's you see that there's a door ahead and it's locked, and maybe if you had a key, you could get in, or
Mm.
maybe if you knew the code, or you had a piece of paper that had the code on it, you could get in. And so if you
Yeah.
chose to have a useful object ready, then they would kind of, and this might differ keeper to keeper, but it's kind of, they'll tell you what is useful, or they'll kind of indicate what might be useful,
Try
and
and
like set,
push you in that direction.
yeah, sort of, your little kid grab you and hold hands in that direction, walk into the answer. um
Yeah.
yeah, I think it might look like, oh, I want to have a useful object ready. It kind of sounds like I might need it. Like, could I have a key in this situation, or like, do I feel like I might, maybe I need a key card? Could I have a key card? That sort of, it's like a little bit more dialogue and
Yeah.
communicating what you might need. Um, so it's not strictly you just have to know. You would like kind of communicate if you wanted to use your hold on that. Um, if you wanted to use that as
Hmm.
your hold. Um,
Yeah.
generally, would
Definitely.
you agree, McKaylee?
Yeah, no, it's probably, so the way that I had explained it was probably a little off. Like, you'd probably tell the keeper before they tell you what the future is, like what you wanted to spend your holds on, and they would adjust the like prophecy, the like future thing, the prophecy that you see, to like whatever hold you're trying to if you want to be able to warn someone about an attack, they'll show you the future and be like, oh, and then this person's going to be here. And so they're going to need to know. So you'll know, like, oh, that's who I need to warn. Um, or they'll be like, it's like you're seeing the future like an hour in advance so that you have time to get over there and do that. You know, that kind of
Yeah,
thing.
there's no, it's not a hard and fast um parameter. I think for Monster of the Week, it's more flexible, and that's also
Okay.
in the way that you play, in the way that we've played it. It's a lot of you describe what you want to do, or you say what you're going to do, and then you can back it up with a move, or you can back it up with a I'm gonna go and hit the guy. I'm gonna go hit the bad guy with my sword,
Yeah.
or with my
Yes.
pickaxe or whatever it is, and then the keeper will go, okay, roll to kick some ass, and you'll roll tough because that's what's connected to kick some ass.
Yes. So before we go further into like your uh thing, I think it's time that we we return back to the spooky story, like right now.
Oh shit! All right. Sweet, sick, cool. Are you guys ready for more spooky story? All right, let's go. Spooky, scary werewolf bar mitzvah. I've forgotten everything I was going to say, but hey, you guys, it's a spooky story right now. So, the night was dark and stormy, if we recall. If we recall, the night was dark and stormy, and you know what? That's like any night in a scary story. It's gotta be dark. It's gotta be stormy. And there was a girl, if we remember the girl. She was in the rain in the dark and stormy night, as you might be, as a person that is existing in the dark and stormy night, right? So this person, she's got a name. She surely has a name. It's not important right now. The name is not important right now, but it's this girl, and she's walking down a road, right? She's really just walking down a road, and the world can't hear any other narrators in this story because that's how it is sometimes. You just can't hear the other narrator. And so it's just the one narrator. And oh boy, oh wow. Oh my goodness, so very cool that you can only hear the one narrator who's breaking the fourth wall here. We're so, oh my gosh, spooky, scary stories. And we're learning very quickly today that Claire does not know how to multitask.
They're doing a great job though. Yep. Yeah. I wish I could just hand you a story from my mouth.
I wouldn't want that.
Wait, are we back?
Yeah, of course we are.
Oh, okay, cool. I wasn't sure if you can hear me yet. I've been saying things, but wonderful.
Yeah, I hope you really enjoyed the addition to the story. Oh,
look, I tried to help. I really did this again this time.
You did, and I forgot to do the thing.
Me and Bojangles were just hanging out. Your story was great. Sorry,
Thanks.
y'all. I think I might need to pay a subscription. God damn it.
Oh, you're upset about paying a subscription fee? Are you?
We don't need to go through this again, Mary Claire. We don't need to.
Listen.
Oh, man.
I'm always going to be upset that there are subscription fees in games. Not to play the game. That would be fine.
Mm-hmm.
In the game. In the game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to... I'll never... This is a hill I'll die on and turn into a ghost.
Die on it.
I'll turn into a ghost on the hill.
And your ghost will still fucking be there, apparently.
This guy. This guy.
Yeah.
Oh no. McKaylee's gonna turn into a disappearing person. And I'm gonna... cry. Are you back?
I don't know.
Oh
Am I
no.
back?
I mean, your voice
I
is
can't
back.
tell very well, can I? Oh, lovely.
You just look sad.
Okay. Oh, I am.
Now you're back. All right. Let's think
Nice.
about these mentor names. Abigail,
Yes.
Anastasia, and Adelaide. Is it Adelaide? Is that right?
Yeah, I think so, Adelaide. Yeah. Sounds right. I think. I
I'm
like
picking
those names.
Abigail.
Do it. Make decisions. All right, you've got a mentor named Abigail who survived a murder spree.
Yeah. Wow. She's gone through some stuff.
She's hardened. Maybe that's why she joined whatever your sect is.
Oh yeah, we got to figure out some sect information.
Yeah, that's future. That's future. Let's finish the rolling stuff.
Future. All right, I have to roll one more d8.
One more d8. And then we'll get into some more fun, some flavor things.
4.
A 4 is going to be a sacred oath. That is, wow, you got like 3 back to back. That's the one that's right in between mentor and fortunes. You may bind yourself to a single goal, forsaking something during your quest. Example, speech, all sustenance but bread and water, alcohol, lying, sex, etc. Get the keeper's agreement on this. It should match the goal in importance and difficulty. While you keep your oath and work towards your goal, mark experience at the end of every session and get +1 on any rolls that directly help achieve the goal. If you break the oath, take -1 ongoing until you have atoned. This one's a lot.
This is a lot.
I'm not gonna lie, because also we don't have the keeper here with us to help discuss what that can be.
That's okay. All right. So, is the okay? Is it? Is this a? Oh my goodness! All right. Let's see.
I'm thinking in my brain, like what I'm connecting this to in a past character, in my Monster character, is that like her goal for a while was to find her missing brother. Like, you know, that was her goal. And so you could say she like she gave up you know, working on relationships or something like that. But probably if you're doing it like more hardcore, like she like did a vow of like celibacy or something like that, till she found whatever she was, you know, that's probably like what they're making this. So you have a goal in mind, and you're not gonna do something until you get it. Great. Is my understanding of what this is.
Yeah. No, that sounds about right. This is interesting. Let's marinate on this, and then we can build upon it as we keep going. Interesting.
I like it. I like it. Yeah, that's something that maybe you can have an idea for, and then chat with. We have our keeper. We can chat with the keeper after.
Yes.
And be like, ask her what thoughts are. What her thoughts are.
Yeah.
But that's your third and final move. So you've 4 initiate moves. You've got the initial one that is the basic for the initiate character. You got fortunes, sacred oath, and mentor. I think you've got a cool character being built so far.
I am excited. I've got some thoughts.
Okay. I'm looking forward to hearing them. In the meantime, we're going to move on to gear. So gear's super fun. So Okay, so the sect has it a little differently. So your gear is what comes next. That's basically what weapons you have, or like, you know, other things. For initiates, you're going to roll something about your sect before you're going to roll for your gear. So look, can you go to the next page?
I certainly can.
Yeah.
New page.
So, your sect.
Wow.
We're going to get to roll some things for your sect because
Alright.
that's going to be a little help define more what they are.
Which this
Your
is
part.
this is where we are.
Mhm. Yes.
That's where we're looking right
Yeah.
now, friends.
Because that's going to determine what kind of weapons you have for your gear.
Right.
So you're part of an ancient secret order that slays monsters. Where are they from? How old are they? Are they religious? Why do they stay secret? How do they recruit? You also need to pick traditions. So these are gonna be used by the keeper to determine like what the sect is doing when you're not a part of them. Basically, their methods and actions. But you have some good traditions that we'll roll for, and some bad traditions.
Okay.
So, roll 2d20s for your good traditions. You get 2 good traditions. We're gonna favor your sect a little bit more on the good side because you're a part of it.
Because I'm a part of it? Because of me?
Yeah, you.
I'm the reason?
Yeah. You're making it a good place. You're joining has made them better.
A 6 and a 17.
Reroll the 17 because there's only 13 of them. All
6
right.
6 and 9.
So a 6 and a 9. So the 2 good traditions, you have chapters everywhere, and an open hierarchy. You can kind of determine what those mean. That's all it says. Chapters everywhere and open hierarchy.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Now we're gonna roll for bad tradition. You get 1 bad tradition, so roll a d12.
A d12.
Yes, ma'am.
3.
3. They are short-sighted. So
that makes sense because we have an open hierarchy.
Yeah. It's fitting in, actually. Okay.
Does it? Does that make sense? I think it does.
I don't know. I mean, how you wanna see it, I guess.
Interpret it, yeah.
All right. So we can come back to these then when we're building out your character and your sect in more details. So gear now. Was that everything? Okay, so if the sect has I lost it. If the sect has fighting arts or obsolete gear, then pick 3 old-fashioned weapons, so you don't have that.
Right.
If the sect has modernized or nifty gadgets, you pick 2 modern weapons. Also, don't have that. So that doesn't matter for you. Otherwise, you're going to pick 2 old-fashioned weapons and 1 modern weapon. So we've got some fun different options for weapons for you. You get 2 fancy old-fashioned boys and a lovely modern. Looks like all the modern ones are guns. You get 2 old-fashioned weapons and a type of gun.
Love it.
Nice. Okay, roll then what did I say? 2? Roll 2d8 for your old-fashioned weapon. So these include a sword, axe, knife, a mace, crossbow.
I rolled a 4 and a 5.
Nice. Okay. I would like to point out, so the different weapons you get are sword, axe, big sword, or big axe. So there's a difference. You got a big axe.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And I got a... And
what was
5,
the other one?
So a silver knife.
A silver knife. Yeah. So you have a big axe and a silver knife.
And if you notice on these weapons, there are a bunch of words in parentheses. That includes our harm, how much damage we can do when we hit somebody, and then also generally they'll have 2 to 3 tags that just describe what it is or looks like or sounds like, and it helps with the keeper. I think there's some certain types of tags that might make a difference. And like the silver knife has the silver tag because if we're fighting a monster that is against is has a weakness to silver, then the knife would be maybe extra damage or something.
Yeah.
It is big sword. That's all.
Big sword. I know. I read that and I was making these tables and I was like, that is fucking amazing.
Big sword, big axe.
Sword,
I have big axe.
big sword, and big axe. Yeah. So you get to determine what that looks like and all that kind of stuff. What your silver knife looks like. Where you got these weapons from too, if they were, standard issue. Yeah, so now we're gonna roll for your modern weapon. So roll a d6, please.
3.
3, you get a sniper rifle.
Wow. Okay.
The other options were a .38 revolver, a 9mm, a magnum, and a shotgun. But you have a sniper rifle.
So I can be from really far away and get him.
Yeah.
I can get him.
That's your only tag for the weapon is that it's far.
I really.
The other tags though for your weapons. What? Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, you go ahead.
I was just the other tags for your weapons are for the big axe, 3 harm, hand, messy, slow, and heavy. And then your silver knife is 1 harm, hand, silver. So the hand is just saying like how far away you can be with that. If it's hand, that means hand-to-hand combat basically when you're gonna use that.
Yeah.
And then the others are just, it'll depend on what kind of monster you're fighting, if they have effect. Your sniper rifle is just far.
I'm already getting visions of what this character has to look like to be able to wield such weapons.
I love it. I fucking love it.
Nice.
All right. That's going to be all for this page then. Now we're going to get into more personal looking things. And then we can take a break, I think, after this.
Yeah, and then we can story build time after that.
Yeah. All right. So, now we're on the getting started page. So to make your initiate, you're going to first pick a name, then you're going to decide your look, your ratings, and your moves. So for your name, do you want to roll a D100 to see what the first letter of your name is? Everyone can start brainstorming.
Brainstorm. Because my brain is sunny day. Yeah. 27.
What'd you get? 27 is gonna be a G. Nice.
G. Oh,
so your
Kaylee knows what name I would want. Talked about.
So, Claire's character is going to use she, her pronouns. We decided this ahead of time. We're not rolling for pronouns for the characters that we're playing.
I'm gonna say that
feel more comfortable.
Because I feel like it. Let's go with she, they pronouns for her.
She, they? Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Because
so
I
give us
have
names.
This is me subtly trying to suggest a specific name that no one's gonna get.
Are you trying to build a butch lesbian?
No, I'm not.
We were joking about this last night because we were doing a one shot for Monster of the Week with our crew, and Claire's new character is again a very butch female character.
Yeah, I mean you don't even know what she looks like, so
character vibe.
Well, to be fair, for that one shot, I this is not going to mean anything unless we go over this playbook, but I had the expert playbook, and one of the things in the expert playbook is that you have a haven, and you can pick different, like what it looks like, and I picked that it was a garage sort of thing, like a workshop, a car workshop, and an armory. So I was like, okay, the vibe is owns their own garage, knows stuff about cars, and it kind of just happened. I don't know. I was just, I think it's also because
Just vibing.
the character that or the campaign that McKaylee and I have put on pause, that's a D&D campaign, that character is like a little shit, and I haven't gotten to play her, so I've just, every single character I've made to play is just a little shit in one way or another, because I want to be able to, I want to play that character so bad.
Oh no. We'll get back to it eventually.
We'll get back to it. This character is kind of leaning in that direction too, though.
I know. I think you're just destined to just play that kind of.
It's fine. But yeah, suggest names that start with a G, for my initiate, if you will. Please, chat. We love you so much. Thank you.
All right. While chat brainstorms, we're gonna roll then for your look. So first roll a D8. So they give different options for look based on your playbook. So these are for the initiate playbook is going to be different from the others. So roll a D8. Okay. It froze with you just staring at me, and I was like, why is she not like doing it?
I did just stare at you for a moment there, so.
Okay, I was like,
4.
A 4. You have a strong body.
What did I say? I just.
Nope. For reference, the other ones are hardened, tattooed, agile, strong, thin, angular, hunched. And then there's also the option to just do like any body, pretty much.
Yes.
Yeah, but yours is a strong body. Now I'm gonna do your clothing. So roll a D6.
A D6.
I'm excited about this. Yeah.
5.
5. You have formal clothing.
I do?
Yeah, formal clothing.
A 5?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, my brain was like, huh?
Huh?
I was so confused. Formal. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So you can determine what that is exactly, but your type of clothing is formal. Thank you for the name suggestions, Marshall. We'll go over those.
Keep them coming if you feel so inclined.
Yes. If anyone else has name suggestions for a person with she/they pronouns that starts with a G, please send them in the chat.
That is very strong. Very strong.
Yes. That's gonna be it for right now. We're gonna take a quick 10-minute break. Possibly change Zoom meetings again.
Oh, definitely, for sure. But don't worry, you'll get another story probably. A continuation of the story. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, you're right. I'm the one doing it.
Yeah. I'm just saying words. They mean nothing.
Please,
unless you
enjoy the 10-minute break. Go get some water, snacks, and things. And enjoy Fern our dragon, our logo dragon, being in a cute little Halloween ensemble.
Yeah.
We'll see you in 10 minutes.
See you in 10.
extended break, friends. As per usual, we ran into some technical difficulties.
Who's surprised?
Who's surprised? McKaylee's audio might be not swell right now, but you can hear her, right? Well,
Yes.
I hope so. Let us sound off in chat if you can hear McKaylee.
Dear God, I hate everything.
We say it every time, but one day.
One day we won't have tech problems, but that day is not today.
It's not today. Welcome back. We are building a Monster of the Week character that I will be playing in a one-shot in a couple weeks.
Woo!
We have a lovely initiate playbook that we've been building, and we're gonna thank you, Marshall. We're gonna keep on going.
Keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on.
All right, what's next? Now that we have all of your mechanical aspects built, we're gonna roll on the potatoes.
On the potato.
Yeah.
Wait, did we want to do the ratings, or are we doing that after?
Oh, fuck yeah, you right. That's our thing. Let's do the ratings.
Okay.
Dear God, let me just forget everything. The fun thing is that you're the first of our Monster of the Week builds, and so you get to be the fun guinea pig right now.
I am a guinea pig.
Everything works. Yeah, I completely forgot about ratings. Your ratings are what give you your points. It gives you options instead of just picking like you do in Dungeons and Dragons or where we roll. Instead of all that, we just pick from a list and it'll tell us, how good you are at things. So roll a d6. If you roll a 6, roll again. There's only 5.
5.
Nice. Alright, so you get the bottom one. Your charm is 0. Your cool is 0. Your sharp is 0. And your tough is a +1. Your weird is a +2. So what that means, your ratings are going to go on a scale from -1 to +3. -1 being bad, +3 being good. It's fun time. So what your ratings mean that you got is that you are really good at like fighting. So like when you want to protect someone or kick some ass, you're going to be really good at that. But also you're going to be really super good when you use magic. So you're a magic-based person.
This fits really well because I have this fortunes move, and I have to roll weird for that. The rest of them, though, it's not great. It's not.
Nice.
None of it's not. Nothing else is. But that's okay. We're not here to make optimized characters. We're here to make people.
I would say so. If you were building this, then not rolling randomly for it, because of the moves that we've gotten, you would want to be really good at weird and sharp. It sucks that we're not good at sharp.
Oh yeah.
But like, it's cool because like sharp comes in with our mentor move, your mentor move. Which you're gonna roll for sharp, and good things happen or bad things. So it sucks that you can't like have a better percentage of rolling well for that, but it'll make it more interesting.
It's true. Absolutely. Gotta be real interesting.
Yeah. And it's not like you have a -1 at least.
Yeah, that's true. Nothing is negative.
Yeah.
I am glad to have the +1 in tough because my gear is pretty cool, and I'd love to kick some ass with it. Therefore, I'll need to roll tough a bunch.
Yeah. Yeah, when you fight, you're typically going to use tough. So, unless you're fighting specifically with only magic, yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Spicy.
That's all on the rolling things on the sheet. Thank you for reminding me before I just was gonna let you go without numbers.
I just fly by the seat of my pants,
Yeah. All right. So we have 2 tables that we roll on that are gonna give you some fun character traits. The one is our typical potato, which is our personalized obscure traits about tenacious onions. The other one is a spooky potato that is themed for the month of October.
Yeah.
We rolled one of them for your mentor, which was that she's a survivor of a crazy psycho killing
Murder spree.
A murder spree akin to like Friday the 13th and Halloween kind of vibes.
Good.
Yeah. Fear Street. If anybody's seen Fear Street.
Not yet.
Fuck yeah. Everybody should watch Fear Street. It's such a good trilogy.
Are there 3?
There's 3 of them. Yeah, they came out like back to back in like 3 separate weeks, I think, this past summer.
Okay.
It's really fun, and it pays like homage to all of your like classic like thriller movies, like psycho kind of stuff. It's a really fun series. I started watching the first one. I watched the first movie. It's like they're movies. I watched the first movie with my roommates, and then we were like, yeah, we can just watch the second one. And then we finished the second one, and we were like, okay, well now we got it. We can watch the third one.
Yeah.
We watched 3 movies in a row in one night. Just finished it all. It was really good.
Of course.
Really fucking good. Ooh, yes. But yeah, that's the kind of vibe of what these tables are gonna look like a little bit.
Oh, love it.
Claire, the fun thing for tonight. So normally we kind of decide together how much we want to roll on whatever tables, if we have a special table added in. Because this is a character that you, Claire, are going to be playing at the end of the month. You're calling the shots here. You get to pick how many times you want to roll on which table.
All right.
And also, I'm going to throw it out there. If you don't like what you roll for, you can manipulate it or change it.
I guess also our regular potato kind of fits with the D&D scope. So maybe if one doesn't make sense too, we'll.
Yeah.
Let's start off with a regular potato, please.
All right. So that one's gonna be a D100.
Okay. 82.
82 is going to be always thinks it's the end of the world.
Ah, nice.
That actually fits in really nicely with this. I think that's kind of funny. Yeah, so your character always thinks it's the end of the world. Everything sucks and it's all going to shit.
Well, that's not necessarily the flavor of always thinks it's the end of the world.
I know. Yeah, that's one flavor though.
Yeah. I love it. I'm an initiate. It's fine. Okay.
All right.
Let's get a spooky potato.
All right. Give me 1 second while I change potatoes.
Well, what would a spooky potato dish be?
A spooky potato what?
What would a spooky potato dish look like if you were gonna make like a? Would it just be a baked potato, but like you like have it like cut open in a way that looks like it's like entrails or something?
Yeah, you could do that. Or you can make it like look like a pumpkin, like a jack-o'-lantern.
Oh, so we've totally flipped. I went for the gross and sad potato story, and you went for the happy, like, cutesy potato story. Good to know. Great. Love it.
Yeah. For sure. All right, roll a d20.
A 6.
A 6 has a costume for Halloween planned out months in advance.
I love it.
Yes. Everybody knows that kind of person. Everybody. I feel like. You're lying. You are that person. That's what it is, right? If you don't think you have that person in your group, you are that person. Yes, but that's your character.
Love it. Okay. Um, do you think I should roll one more time on something, or roll like how many more times do you think we should roll for things?
Hmm.
Your opinion.
Uh,
I'm not asking you to make a decision. What's your
Yep.
opinion?
I like doing at least 3 always, but that's my opinion.
I'm
That's
trying to
probably
decide if I want to do 4 because I feel
yeah.
like the regular potato has some fun stuff, but then the spooky potato is enticing because it's spooky.
It's spooky. I'll probably roll for all of these by the end of the month.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Can I roll one more on both?
Yeah, go for it.
I love a challenge. I feel like something's got to cross at some point.
All right. Which one are you doing first?
Regular potato.
The potato. All right.
95.
A 25.
No, that's a 95.
95. All right. Very different.
Yep.
95. Super hairy.
Love it.
Nice.
Although, I'm going to interpret that in my own way.
Okay. And I mean, that's the beauty of it. This is your thing.
Alright.
Nice. So you're super hairy, however you want to interpret that.
Alright. Spooky potato.
All right. D20.
17.
17. Roll any dice and tell me odd or even.
Even.
Even is going to be has a collection of creepy dolls.
Oh, great. Oh no. I have a rant. I have a terrible idea. Oh no.
Oh, yes. Let's go.
Has a collection of creepy dolls?
Yep.
Oh my god. Okay. Alright.
All right. How are you feeling now? You good on tables?
I am
Wanna roll
so
one more?
concerned for this character. But it's okay. Let's look at our. Yeah, I think I'm good.
Okay, so name time.
I might consider re-rolling one of the regular potatoes. But we'll walk through and see how we feel.
Okay.
Name time though. Let's see. Why don't you read them, McKaylee?
Gladly. So our names from Marshall, thank you so much, are,
Genevieve. Genevieve. Uh-huh.
Genevieve. I wasn't sure what G to use, if it was or Okay. Genevieve.
Mhm.
Geraldine.
I think that's Geraldine.
Gigi. Gillian.
Jillian, I think.
Gloria. Guinevere.
Uh-huh.
Grace. Gladys.
Uh-huh.
Weir.
I think so.
Gretchen. Alright.
Alright.
Those are all your names. Anything about you sound right?
I'm trying to...
I'm sorry.
What?
None of them were Georgie. I apologize.
No, it wouldn't have... The name that McKaylee thought that I wanted was Georgie, but the name that I would have named if I was on my own would be George.
Oh,
Just George. I think it's a fun name. But it's very mask and I don't know, less expected. But I know someone who goes by George and she's great.
Said I want to build her.
I don't know enough about her to build her, so
Nice.
wouldn't even know, but it's fine. I like these longer ones because I love characters with nicknames.
Yeah.
Let's see. Most of my characters have nicknames. Isn't that wild? It's probably
Mm-hmm.
it's probably a thing that
That's fun. I like having characters with nicknames.
Let's go with Guinevere.
Guinevere?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yes. I have a reason, but we'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
Or sorry, not Guinevere, Guinevere. No, Guinevere. Right. Oh my god. I looked at Genevieve and Guinevere, and I mashed them together in my brain. My brain said, this is a name mash. Guinevere, yeah. Nice. I can't spell. I am chaos. Okay. Chaos fuel. Great. Okay. Me, but spelling. And not being sure. Okay. All right. Let's. This is where we review, right?
Yeah. It's all you now.
Okay.
To assist and help you get your mind rolling.
So let's review. All right. So, as the initiate, I'm part of a sect that's fighting against darkness and evils, defending humanity. According to the thing, it's the flame that cleanses the shadows. So, flame that cleanses the shadows. I think we also need to think about what the sect is like here. Mm-hmm. Are they a sect that is good? Are we a sect that is problematic?
Yeah.
These are all things to consider.
Very true. I mean, your bad thing is that your sect is short-sighted.
Right.
Not to jump, but.
Right. That makes me feel like it wouldn't be as old if they're short-sighted, wouldn't you say? Because
I think yeah.
I don't know. I feel like or maybe organizations that have been around longer might it might take longer to, like, they have like old long-standing traditions and like old goals, and everyone's kind of like, this is an old thing that's always done this one thing, and it's been this long-standing goal. So I don't think that an older sect would be short-sighted.
That's true. It could also, though, be that, like, it's the people who are currently in power that are short-sighted, and that, like, it's been around for a while, just as, like, it's been around for a while, but the current group is short-sighted.
Right.
And so they're back.
That's a very good point. Okay. And then we have that my sect does sometimes provide useful information, gives me missions and stuff. Okay, actually, now that maybe it is the leaders who are short-sighted and not the actual sect, because I have fortunes, so I can look into prophecies and divination, and that feels like something that would be older. Okay. Yeah. But I have a mentor. That's right, we have the mentor too. And there's like an oath. I feel like there was a lot of extensive training, maybe. Okay. So. Alright. My mentor survived a crazy murder spree.
Yes.
Were they monsters or were they people?
Or were they people possessed by monsters?
Were they people possessed by monsters? Were they people controlling monsters, or the monsters controlling the people? That's the possessed one.
Yeah.
Okay. This is like, It's harder to build stories for Monster of the Week because
so open.
it's so open-ended, and I love that about this RPG, but and there's also less to go off of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, start with this.
Yes.
What do you want the vibe of your sect to be? Do you want them to be like, you know, more like tech savvy kind of people, or do you want them to be like more magic heavy?
I think the sect is
They wear robes. What's the thing?
I think the sect is old and a little bit more magic heavy, or at least it was at some point.
Okay.
So that's why I know the things, and that's why I know fortunes.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, I keep this is also the downfall of media existing because there's so many like stories that you could go off of, like base around. But I'm trying to think of something that's not related to that because I don't. The ones that come to mind are like more modern, and I like the idea of it being
like modern magic kind of thing.
No, I like the idea of it being older magic.
Okay. Okay. So lots of like, is it the kind of group where like there's like crystals hanging everywhere? They have like, it says part of your thing was there were chapters everywhere, right?
Yes.
What does a chapter look like? Is it like behind an old church? Do they have their own office building?
I think, let's see, formal clothes, always thinks it's the end of the world. I think it's, ooh, okay. Okay, I think the sect was built up around the idea of this prophecy of the end of the world. Okay?
Okay.
But it's just a little too vague. The prophecy is just a little too vague. So they keep like mistaking things for a sign as the end of the world.
Okay.
Which has like instilled in this character that it's always the end of the world.
Yeah.
And
so she like seeing signs everywhere or something?
I think it's one of those I think that it's like it's not like, oh my gosh, it's the end of the world. It's like, yeah, it's probably the end of the world.
Mhm.
Like that black cat walked across, it's the end of the world. There's a prophecy. Like I think it's a little more chill than
Okay.
Because they're short-sighted too. Mm-hmm. So the prophecy is just a little too vague. Always thinks it's the end of the world, and they're not like looking for maybe they're not good at looking for like the big picture end of the world elements. Maybe it's like smaller sorts of things. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, for sure.
Okay. I'm just going to take a little note.
Yes. I'm also writing notes too. So that you can
sweet.
So that you can just go wild and brainstorm and
Great.
like get into the zone, and I'll just have it written down.
I think it's also the chapters everywhere thing. I think it's kind of like when we think about playing like a criminal or spy background in D&D, where you might walk down like an alley and then there's an entrance to a thing, to a place. I think a lot of them are hidden in plain sight. But I think there's like a bigger one in, I don't know, the mountains in the woods somewhere.
Okay, so the main like central headquarters is in the middle of nowhere.
Yes.
Do they use magic to conceal these entrances, or are they just...
I think so. Yeah, I think they do. And I think the formal wear is, I think it's not like business casual formal wear.
Yeah.
It's like the sex formal wear, you know?
Oh! I heard something else.
I know you did, because this word is really close to another word.
I was very confused what kind of formal wear you were talking about. Sounds good.
I don't know exactly what it looks like, but there's like gotta be I have a big axe. There's gotta be like a cool looking uh like leather holster sort of thing that you can I'm thinking like a wood mountaineer vibes a little bit, but maybe mix it with a little bit of like Renaissance-y influence, only because they're old and they do magic.
Okay. I like it. I like it.
And it's probably less flat. It's like less flashy, so like more neutral colors for clothes.
Okay.
I don't think she necessarily grew up in a city. I think this is more small town or just like rural area. Okay. Me walking slowly. I'm strolling so slow. We're going on a stroll.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay, what was her family like? Does she have lots of siblings? Is she an only child? Were her parents a part of this sect before her? Is this like a family thing, or was she singled out?
I don't think so. I feel like it was maybe I feel like they were maybe recruited children who had nowhere to be, plus exhibited some sort of like magical ability, maybe.
Okay, so she showed some sort of magical prowess, and they were like, her.
Yes, yeah. I don't feel like I have to go into like parents and stuff.
Yeah.
Not that it's sad. I just I don't think yeah, I don't think that has really crossed her mind as much. And okay. Oh, cool. I'm remembering what I wanted to do. So I think the sect like gets kids when they are kids and trains them or teaches them in magic and physical abilities. And I think that Abigail, who is her mentor, is also like, actually, what were the other? Do I want to change her name?
What? Are you gonna change her name?
I'll explain to you, and then we'll decide if we should change her name or not. But I think Abigail is like a parent figure as well as a mentor. I think that's like maybe who trained her, sort of thing. And okay, my brain, it's going. Okay, so.
Well, before you get too chaosy,
Okay.
I think this is a good pause moment. We can dip a little bit into some lovely story time real quick.
Oh, story time.
It's story time right now.
Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Yeah, and McKaylee, you'll get to talk this time. So be prepared to participate in my story.
Amazing. We'll be telling the story, guys.
And go! So, as we were last time, it was a dark and stormy night, and there was a girl we decided we didn't need to know much about the girl. She's just there. You know, just existing and stuff. And
yeah, it's dark in the storm.
Yeah, she's so lost on this dark and stormy night in the woods. She's lost in the woods. What are you gonna do if you're just lost in the woods, you know?
Lost in the woods.
Thank you for the sound effects. They're beautiful. Keep them coming for sure. Yeah, dark and stormy night, girl lost in the woods.
Yep.
Isn't that the basis of any story? No, we're not.
Yes. She's scared because a monster appears, and it's made of darkness and the scariness of dark.
Actually, not only is there dark and scary things showing up, but there are many of them. Many dark and scary things, and they are all
stormy.
All intent on killing her, in the woods. They're all intent on killing her in the woods. So dark and stormy, and we're ready to go, but I'm not gonna go because I want to finish the story. So it's dark and stormy as she's surrounded by monsters who all want to kill her. Right? They all want to kill her. Of course they're gonna kill her. And so, what does she do? She defends herself from this murder spree of dark and scary creatures.
Oh my god.
Yep. There's so many monsters, and she's a child, but you know what? She's killing those creatures. And after succeeding and running away, escaping, she stumbles into this cave, right? She stumbles into this cave, and then there's a freaking person in the cave. What the fuck? And there's a fucking door? Excuse me? And you know what? That was the story of my character's mentor, Abigail. Thank you very much. Did you see that coming? I definitely didn't, because I wasn't thinking about it.
You motherfucker. You motherfucker. That's all I... God damn it.
Yeah.
Amazing? Incredible.
Terrible. No.
Jeez. Well, I'm taking notes on all of that fucking story.
Good, because you have to, because Abigail was in the woods, and she was in the woods, and then...
Yep.
And then... That's the story of the mentor, being a child and then being brought into the sect.
Amazing.
Because the mentor survived a crazy murder spree of these spooky dark figures.
Yes.
Only, of course, right?
Amazing.
Yes, and then we close our eyes and we open up, and it's Guinevere sitting there with her eyes closed, somehow looking into the past. Right? I can no longer do this bit. I'm confused.
You're confusing the fuck out of me.
I was trying to riff off of what Marshall said about one of
I think if you can see the future, you can also see the past.
Maybe there's just more benefit in looking at the future, because they always think the world is going to end. Oh, I think my character here, I think Gwen is definitely valuable because she can see the future.
Where she herself can see the future.
I think she has an affinity for it.
Okay.
Because also her weird is +2, which is for baseline move pluses additions. +2 is the highest of the ones you start with. It's not
for this playbook.
For this playbook, it is. For some of them, it's +3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the monstrous, you are required to start with weird as +3. You have no choice.
That makes sense. But yeah. Yeah, I think Abigail has to have been like a. That's Abigail's backstory. Let's get back to Gwen's backstory.
Amazing. We now have 30 more minutes to do so.
What?
I said we now have 40 more minutes.
Oh, I thought you said we now have 3 more minutes, and I was like, did you not? Did we not? Did we just? Was it what?
We fucked up.
All right, so, yeah, but similar to Abigail.
Yes.
Oh, you're right. You're actually right, Marshall. I am Gwen at this point. So it was a con from the beginning. Mm-hmm. This podcast is scripted. How do you feel about that?
This podcast is scripted. We have the worst fucking writer.
And you know what? They also write in all the tech difficulties. Isn't that nice? Isn't that great? Did you know that we don't actually have tech difficulties? We're just joshing you, you know?
Yeah. No, it's all part of the show.
It's all part of the show. Isn't it charming?
Tech problems.
Yeah.
It's fuck off, next.
Alright, so I'm never gonna return. Oh, you know what? I feel... No, I'm not gonna... My brain, it's in pieces right now because that story...
Took a lot.
It took a lot.
Okay, so you grew up in the sect, is where we're going with that.
Here's what I was thinking, and why I picked Guinevere. It's an old sect, and they use magic primarily. I think the children that they, like, get, however, probably don't have names and stuff. I think they give them, like...
Take kids off the street kind of thing.
Yeah, I think they give them names of, like, famous warriors or witches and things.
Okay.
So, like Guinevere would be from King Arthur. Yeah. So I think that's why that's her name, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Merlin and Guinevere?
No, she is. I was just trying to think of, like, more, I don't know super much about her character, except that she's married to King Arthur. So, and that was just
I think she was accused of being a witch, but I don't know I don't know the story as well, but... Or maybe, actually, what if the whole thing is just based on King Arthur? Like, everyone has a name from that story.
Okay. And so that was where you were saying you were thinking of changing Abigail.
Yeah, but I was trying to think if either of the other options fit, but I think Abigail would be fine. Maybe she already had. Maybe she was older when she joined the sect, so she already had her name.
Yeah.
And she's not in, like, active duty. Maybe.
Okay.
Or maybe we're part of. Sorry. Maybe I'm part of a certain group. Like, of a certain group of the sect.
Okay. Yeah.
You know? That makes sense? And then maybe that's actually how they train. Like, maybe it's like where, like, all of us have names from King Arthur, And then another one's like all of them have names from some other fairy tale or something.
That's also king right there. It's fine.
Or like maybe there's a group that has names from like the gods, like the Greek gods or like the Roman gods, like just like maybe that's just how they like. Because then I feel like in a sect, like within an initiate, there's got to be some sort of like connection and camaraderie of like a common goal. And if you're raised together and you train together and you learn together, you got your group. So I think she has some like close fellow initiates that are basically family.
Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so because she has this group who are basically her family all around the same age, this is why the Halloween costume is like this is where the excitement for the Halloween costume comes in. Maybe they do something like super dumb, but it's actually not that dumb. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna have to think on what the Halloween costume is because I don't know.
Yeah, what's your Halloween costume gonna be this year?
Me or Gwen?
I mean, either.
You don't want to hear about me, McKaylee? I'm so insulted. I feel like that was a low blow, McKaylee. Like,
what are you gonna be for Halloween this year, Claire?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
But thank you for asking. What about you?
I don't know either.
Okay. Well, what about you, chat? Does anyone have a costume they're gonna do?
I do have a thought because I went to go see Spirited Away in theaters this weekend for the first time.
It's a good movie.
The movie is a very good movie. Me and my two roommates were thinking of going as the main character and then the little mouse and little bird guy.
Good. I watched that movie when I was a very small child, and my grandparents had a van that had a VCR TV. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had a set of movies that was only in their van or their car or whatever. And I watched it. I think we used to like go on a annual trip with them. Yeah. I must have watched it a couple times. Completely forgot about it. And then years and years later, my friend who loves all of those movies, I'm gonna mispronounce it. Studio Ghibli? I will never know. That's not true. I do know. I just keep mixing it up in my head every time I hesitate.
Oh no.
But she loves those movies, and so she encouraged me to watch Spirited Away. And the entire time watching it, I sat there felt the most weird sense of deja vu I've ever felt. I was so confused. And then I finally realized I had seen it, and that was also a wild time because I think I was scared of it. I think I was scared of that movie. It's there's a part that's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Being like a little kid with your parents like disappearing and having to do things. Scary.
Yeah.
Scary.
I will say I do it with like because everyone's like, oh my god, that's such a sad one. Like I cry every time, and like that kind of like everyone has such like a like deep connection to it because a lot of people I know saw those movies as kids and stuff. And so I went to go see it with like a group of people that had all seen all these movies before, except for me and one other person. We're both just kind of like, not like it was a good movie. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was wonderful. The music was fucking amazing, but I wasn't like as emotional about it by the end. Whereas everyone is like fucking in tears, bawling, and I'm just like,
did I do something wrong?
Yeah, like I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I just didn't have the same connection to it. But...
Yeah, it was scary. I think it was scary because some of the characters were like really intense to look at, or just was freaked out. But you're absolutely right, Marshall. All of them are great. I think
I might go see more. They're doing some showings in theaters near me.
See them.
So.
I would love to see any of those movies in a theater. I instead of watching them like on my little computer screen.
Yeah. Really cool. Because I've seen only like 2 other Studio Ghibli movies, and it was really fun seeing it on a big screen. So, I mean, it's just fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
The movies are gorgeous.
My brother loves those movies. And that's great. I'm not saying anything against my brother. I love him. I didn't expect him to like them more than me. But they're really phenomenal movies. That was before I had watched them all again, or I had watched many of them. He was the one who was like, you gotta watch these. And I was like, oh, okay. Sure. Back to the character.
Yes. Important question about your character. Has she seen Studio Ghibli movies, and does she like them?
I don't think she has.
Okay.
Because...
Does she not know this? Yeah, does she not have a lot of media consumption?
I feel like she's gotta be kind of quirky.
Okay.
And by that I mean unsocialized.
Ooh, like unsocialized, like she's not good with people, or unsocialized, like she just hasn't been like in touch with like current like trends?
I think the second one, in touch with current trends.
Okay.
I don't think that they're like cave people or anything like that.
Yeah.
Or I don't think they are like super detached from the like regular society.
Yeah.
I do think they keep to themselves more in the raising of them.
Mm-hmm.
So like maybe the social skills you might learn as a child, there might be some missing for her.
Okay.
Maybe she's more something. I don't know if she's more. I don't think she's more serious necessarily, but
yeah,
there's an imbalance somewhere, which I think that maybe we leave that up to see how I play her and see what happens.
Yeah.
Because that's another thing. A lot of times when you build a character with anything, you build it and you say and you write down all of the things you think it's gonna be, and then you step into it and you're like, oh. Actually, it's very different, and this doesn't actually work.
Yeah, I like to personally, like, on my drives home, I start to, like, talk as my character to, like, out loud, and just kind of, like, work through, like, what I think an introductory conversation would be with a person, and then that's when I start to be like, oh, this is how I would describe that situation and stuff, and, like, that's when I'm like, I go back and I'll maybe like change a move or something like that to fit with like, this is how it actually is.
Yeah.
Which I did that with my character that we're finishing up the long-term campaign with. I gave her a move that like, after a little while I talked with the keeper and I was like, hey, like this actually isn't how she doesn't see her past in that way. So this move doesn't really fit with her anyway.
Right.
Anymore. Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think yeah. We can just say she's quirky, and you can figure that out.
Yeah, and I think the super hairy part. I think that just I don't think she shaves her pits or like her like I don't think she shaves and shit. I don't think it's that she has like extra hair. I think she just doesn't.
Yeah.
Care about like grooming, in that sense, and maybe she has longer hair.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'll decide. I'll think about that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. The creepy dolls is interesting because it's like, on one hand, it could make sense because maybe it's like, if she's raised farther away from society to train and like learn in like divination and fortune stuff, it might make sense that she has some less modern dolls, which I associate less modern dolls with more creepy. Like the scale of like a modernly made doll is less creepy than a really old doll.
Dolls.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think maybe that might be it. I don't know if she brings them around with her though. I don't think it's quite that.
That is a question I would like to ask. Where does she live? Does she live at the headquarters, the main base? Does she live with Abigail? Is she just traveling all the time? What's home base for her?
This might change depending on the setup for our one shot.
Yeah.
But I would say that maybe she's not at the main chapter.
Okay.
Is sort of nearby. Is at like a smaller chapter in a nearby more small town.
Mhm.
Sort of.
Okay. Do you have her place though? Is she living with other like initiate groups?
I think she's got to be living with at least one or two from the people she grew up with.
Okay.
Which I guess we could. Do we want to roll for who they are?
And that's up to you.
Let's do 2, and I'm gonna roll 2 pronouns, and then we can think about from the King Arthur story which name to give them.
I love it. Okay, roll 2d6, then we can see what their pronouns are.
3 and 5.
That would be they, them, and he, they.
Sweet. Okay. So.
What characters from King Arthur let me look up do you want to roll for a letter, or do you want me to just look up King Arthur characters?
I think that the parameters of King Arthur characters is small enough. If anybody knows any King Arthur characters from the King Arthur's those stories, which would includes like all the Knights of the Round Table, I think.
Like 110 of them.
Yep. Part of me feels like Merlin could be one of them.
Okay.
Maybe I don't know what all the names are.
There's some really interesting ones.
That's right, Mordred. I forgot about Mordred. And Morgana. Well, that's from I don't know if that's the original one, but that's from the TV show. Love.
I never watched the TV show. I just read a lot of the fucking stories and stuff growing up.
Yeah.
Morgan Le Fay.
I watched the TV show Merlin so many times. And
I need to watch that.
The ending is so... What? I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but like, what the fuck?
Oh no.
It's not that it's bad or anything, but...
It's just not what you wanted.
I don't know. It's alright.
Tristan. Sounds like a cool name. Yowain.
You mean Gawain?
No, with a Y.
With a Y?
Wayne.
Who is it?
Ywain.
Who is that?
Urien's son. Morvid's brother.
Okay. As if I know. Pendragon. Uther.
Marshall suggested Pendragon.
I actually like that a lot. Maybe they go by Pen. Ooh, no, I like that. Thank you, Marshall.
Thanks, Marshall.
Do you think that person... Well, I guess these are both different versions of non-binary. Different degrees of non-binary.
Yeah.
Let's make Pendragon. Sick. I love it. I'm excited.
Nice. Pendragon.
I wish we could make this a 2-shot.
What about Saphir? Taliesin? Oh. What time. Taliesin was a bard to King Arthur, oldest known Welsh poet.
Wow.
And I saw it out of my old job. And then freaked the fuck out and ran away.
Couldn't do it. You couldn't do it. That's okay.
Fine. I did tickets to see the first, for anyone who cares about Critical Role, I got tickets to see the first episode of Campaign 3 in theaters, and I'm really excited about it. Because we have pretty good seats, too. Like, in the middle, you know.
It must be nice to live in a city that has that.
I know. They don't even have it in your state, do they?
No.
In the
Louisiana is not. Does not. Apparently does not want Critical Role.
Oh no. They watch LSU.
Huh?
They just watch LSU play.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, you're right, Marshall. It is the same guy. He's still alive. Taliesin Jaffe is an immortal being, and no one can convince me otherwise. Yeah.
Do you want the other person to be named Taliesin?
This is your backstory.
I
just didn't know what the name Taliesin was from, and so I think I'm really excited to know that it's from.
We've been talking about it. We could do it if you won't. I'm giving you some responsibility.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
This is your backstory.
Ha.
Sure, yeah, make it Taliesin. That's a really fucking cool name. I like that name.
It is a very cool name.
Taliesin and Pendragon are roommates to Guinevere.
Yeah! I love this! Please, I want to play them more than we're gonna play them.
Oh, man. That's what I feel. We built characters for, the group of us that are going to be doing a one-shot at the end of the month. We're doing our own, just, off-stream one-shot. And last night we were going over histories, and I just adore all three of the characters that we've built, and I really, want to now keep playing with just those characters. I think they're so much fun.
This is what happens when you play TTRPGs. You just can't stop.
That's a good time.
But so actually, that's a good point to bring up. When we play the one shot, there's gonna be a bit of prologue, if you will, where we go around, and if you look at in the center column on this sheet, for the introductions, you kind of go around and introduce your character, and then you assign and you talk about discuss the history that you guys have with each other. So that's something that we're gonna do in our one shot at the beginning. So there's different things for each playbook. We can actually might as well go through these ones. Just because they're fun.
Yeah.
So they could be a lay member of the sect. You fought together when the tide of monsters seemed unstoppable. Ask them how it went. And this is a really cool thing about this is a cool mechanic for Monster of the Week with session 0, as you say, maybe, where you kind of talk about how you guys know each other instead of just you all walk into a tavern.
Yeah, you build if and how you know each other.
And generally it'll be more based around what your playbook is. So a lot of these have to do with being part of the sect or researching the type of things that the sect researches, or maybe they're described in prophecies is another one on here. They met you under your cover identity, which the cover identity for Gwen, I think, is just Gwen. I think that her cover is, I think all of their covers is the short version of their name. Because it might be a little suspicious to meet someone named Pendragon. I don't know. Could be.
It'll stand out, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they met you as, a mundane person, not as a monster hunter.
Yes. I'm excited. This is a cool character. Okay.
Yeah.
Trying to think if there's any... But yeah, so I think that Gwen is in some town. I think that she's got to be, somewhere between early to mid-20s.
Okay.
Or, even late, late teens to mid-20s. I don't know. I think that might be based on what you and our guest kind of is thinking as
Yeah.
well. But I do not think that it's
Yeah.
too old because just because I don't feel like she is.
I mean, she's an initiate, so
Yeah.
like this is probably like one of her first missions. Would you say?
Yeah,
like, whatever
yeah, it's
one
gotta
shot.
be. It's gotta be. I bet that maybe it's one of her first missions away from the whole of the sect. Like maybe this sect is kind of around where there's certain monsters pretty frequently, and so that's like training. But I don't think that she's like branched out too much.
Yeah.
Maybe has done more like just fucking research and shit.
Yeah.
Like on the town. Maybe there's a lead of sorts, but I also don't know what our keeper is planning. So this is also one of those moments though where as we're building a character, we might, or I might, I keep saying we because I think we both do this, but I don't know for sure. But where someone might message the keeper and be like, hey, so this is what I'm thinking. Do you have any opinions about this? Any thoughts? And then you can kind of help develop it a little bit. It's a little different for a one shot, but also just as fun.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Anything else you want to add about Guinevere?
I think she wears a leather corset.
Ooh,
That's
okay.
notable. A notable thing too about this about this playbook is that we totally skipped over it, McKaylee.
What do we do?
I have old-fashioned armor.
Oh.
I have one armor.
About that. Yeah.
So in Monster of the Week, we keep comparing it to D&D, but that's because we normally build D&D characters. It's so very different from D&D. You don't really need to compare them, but if we're coming from D&D, the damage and armor and all of that is so very different. The premise in Monster of the Week is less emphasized on like causing damage, like big amounts of damage. So like our weapons here have like 3 harm tops. And maybe the monsters don't have as much. Like maybe they have 12 harm, or that's just a random guess. There's higher ones, of course. But the armor is 1 or 2. Like you just subtract from the damage.
Yeah.
And then
so
there's
some attacks will say ignore armor, like they'll be magic based attacks. And so you'll still get hit with the full armor. But if it's like they hit you for 3 armor, you have 1 armor heavy. You would take off 1, and so instead of taking the full 3 damage, you would just take 2.
Yes.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
I have a character that for a long time didn't have any armor, and she almost died every single battle.
So many times. And then the character I have in that game has 2 armor. And people hit me all the time, and I'm like, I'm fine. I'm chilling.
Yep. You know, Charlie was vibing.
You know, it's alright. Now she's good. But yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah,
right.
no, I think her armor is corset.
Okay.
Yes. And I think all of the things that she has that I think she has like a leather holster for her big axe.
Yeah.
And then has like a calf or thigh holster thing for the silver knife. It's gotta be like easy access, you know?
Yeah.
And then I don't know how you carry a sniper rifle. However, something holster wise for that too.
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe she carries that one less frequently. Maybe that one's a specific thing. And that's another thing, too. I don't know if other people do this when they play Monster of the Week, but if a weapon doesn't make... Like, if you have... For example, my character in our other game has a magic, like, axe thing that it looks really freaky. But I think we've established that it goes back to normal when it's not, like, imbued and being used. So it doesn't look super freaky when you're in a regular person place, like a store or, like, a house or something.
My character just has 2 different guns, so either she has a shotgun or she carries a magnum in her back pocket.
Beautiful.
So,
love to see it. Cute. Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. Does it figuring out the sect's name matter? Do we need to do that?
I don't think we need to do that unless you really have an urge to.
If I think of one, I will tell everybody.
Yes.
I'll tell everybody. I'll shout it from the rooftops.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, cool. Wow. Okay, I'm excited.
The transition, because I think we need to do a nice little long one.
Oh my gosh, more story time. More story time. You guys ready? We're going to continue this story. Was it over? I guess not. Are you ready?
And you gotta tell what happens when she gets in the cave, you know?
You're right. All right, let's go. So, Abigail's in the cave.
Mm-hmm.
She's in the cave, right? And
there wasn't there?
What? That's right. The last time we left off, there was a person in the cave that...
Look at the stories.
What?
The last time we left off.
Yeah, the last time we left off, there was a person in the cave. And... And, oh boy, oh wow.
Oh boy, wow, indeed.
Just absolutely...
Mad lad.
Mad. I don't know what I'm saying at this point.
There was a person in the cave.
You're right, there was a person in the cave.
Mm-hmm.
And Abigail, drenched in monster stuff and water, because it was a dark and stormy night. If we remember correctly, it was a dark and stormy night, and so she's totally drenched in monster stuff. And also water, because, again, dark and stormy night, right?
Yep. Totally.
Totally. And this person, she's a little scared at first, because she thinks, well, is this also a monster? Is this another monster?
Mm-hmm. Also stranger danger. She's a child.
Also stranger danger, but I'm in the woods and I don't know anything. But the person in the shadows comes out of the shadows, right?
Okay.
The person they come out of the shadows, and then before she knows it, the person is slow clapping. They're slow clapping, and they're laughing. And you're gonna have to wait till the next transition to hear the rest of the story.
Lovely.
I'm so sorry. Oh my god.
Thank you for that.
I hope everyone's so scared.
Terrified. I'm shaking in my boots.
Are you wearing boots?
No, I'm barefoot.
Oh, darn. There's nothing you could have done that would have made me not believe you.
Oh, sure. I could have very easily said that I am.
Yeah.
You
wow.
know?
What a what a story, right?
Very good story.
I think it's the worst I've ever told.
You know, it wasn't a terrible one.
No, it was bad. It was really bad.
Is there any further further points you want to make for your character?
I'm trying. I don't think there is. I think we could have probably. You want to do one more transition, McKaylee?
Sure. Let's go for it. Do we want to sing or are you telling another fucking story?
I have to finish the story.
Okay. You go ahead.
All right. Okay, friends.
Okay.
So, we returned from our commercial break into this commercial, which is a story.
Okay.
Your responses are throwing me off again.
Okay, I can shut up if you want me to.
So, this person is slow clapping and laughing, and Abigail is understandably concerned, right? And is very confused. And this person who is revealed to be some guy. It's just a guy. He sticks out his hand and he says, "That was really good. That was really good." The end. That's all. We're back.
That was really good. The end is a great way to end a story.
Yep. Thank you. There's nothing else to be done.
Wonderful. Okay. I really am now at a loss of what to say.
Yeah, how do you follow that up, you know? What a story.
Really, how do you?
I don't think you can.
So say it was, I like your character a lot, though.
Yeah, story aside, I like the character a lot.
Yes, I think she's super cool, and I think they'll be fun to play. I hope. I don't know. I think you're gonna put a fun spin on them.
I do. I think she's gonna be cool. And again, we still don't know what our the rest of the lineup's gonna be, and but on the fun flippity flip side, next week we'll have a guest with us to build their character that they're gonna be playing in the one shot, so that's gonna be real fun.
It's gonna be good. I'm excited.
Me too.
Can we say who the guest is?
I don't know. I think there was a day we were gonna say it.
I have no idea.
This week you'll find out.
Hey!
One day we'll be on top of our game, and then maybe it'll probably still feel chaotic.
Yeah.
But thank you for sticking with us through this whole episode of probably lots of skipped frames. And chaos and changes in quality throughout the time. But I guess that's who we are right now. We're in this phase of life of being chaotic and having technical difficulties.
120%. All the time, all here, chaos and tech problems is us.
Yes. We love it, but we also don't. But we also more so love being here with you. And that's the most important part anyway. So,
yeah.
Thank you for sticking with us, and stay tuned.
Yeah.
For our next month of monsters.
Mm-hmm.
Next Tuesday. If you have had any sort of fun today, feel free to follow us here on Twitch. We also have Twitter and Instagram and TikTok, and we put these videos on our YouTube a couple days later. So if you want to go look back at any of them, you can.
Yeah.
You totally can.
For sure.
You know, things are we do stuff on other places too.
That's true.
It's true.
It's fun. We'll have some lovely art of this new character coming up soon too. And then adding in our next two characters once we get that. We'll have a full party.
It'll be so very fun and very good. But
Yes.
yeah, we'll go ahead and say a good have a good one.
Mhm. Whatever time of day or place, whatever you are at, have a good one. A good one.
Most likely good night, but a one if you will.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for hanging out with us, friends, and we'll see you next week.
Sounds good. Bye, y'all.
Goodbye.